Our First Looks coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Get your next laptop, tablet, Xbox, and more by going to firstlooks.tv/Microsoft. And we've got our next guest here. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
Hello, my name is Edwin. I'm doing good. I'm from Team 6473, Rock Star Robotics.
Very cool. And where are you guys based?
We're here in Orlando, in Pine Hills.
That's awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys are a Boys and Girls Club team?
Yes, sir.
Very cool. How has that worked out?
It's quite challenging because we're in the club, but we have a small room with 4 teams. We have an FRC team, FLO team, two FLO teams, and then we have one FTC team, all in one small room.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
Pretty good, actually. We meet about twice a week from 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
So it's really challenging because outside they have different things are going on, and there's distractions all over. There's noises. There's kids screaming. So we gotta focus on what we're doing and just not get distracted.
Do the teams commingle or help each other in any way?
Yeah, we all help each other out in one way or another.
That's awesome.
And I would imagine that the First Tech Challenge and the First Robotics Competition teams probably help like mentor the Lego League team.
Yeah, we actually help mentor our FLO kids as well.
That's awesome.
And we also helped another team, another FLO team as well.
That's great. So how long has this program been around?
Since 2010.
Okay.
We started with 6 kids. We started as a FLO team, and then 7 years later we rose up to 17 kids, almost 20, with
That's
FTC
great.
and FRC.
That's really great. And it's great to see a Boys and Girls Club team grow like that, because I know sometimes the Boys and Girls Club teams fizzle out after a season or two. So it's great because we've interviewed some of the past teams that just don't exist anymore. They survive a season or two and they kind of fizzle out. It's great to hear that you said 2010?
Yeah, 2010.
So this would be 9 seasons essentially? That's awesome. That's fantastic.
And how long have you been on your team?
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what do you do?
I'm the team captain.
You're the team captain.
Yes.
And what kind of responsibilities do you oversee?
Everything.
Like what?
Everything from keeping the kids in check, doing programming, driving the robot, make sure everybody's shows up, communication, making sure they're doing what they gotta do, behaving, because that's our most important value is gracious professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have to do with everybody else, and it's a lot of work, but it's actually pretty fun.
That's awesome.
How did you get involved?
Yeah.
What brought you to First?
One of my dad's friends that works at Disney, he talked to him about First, and my dad started interested, and then he talked to me about it, and then he told me about what they do. So after the first day I went, I didn't know what was going on. It was a surprise. So he told me when we got there, and as soon as I walked in, they were having struggling with the robot, and they asked me if I could try to help them. I was like, sure, why not? And then I helped to get it fixed, and then that's how I got into all this.
Okay.
After that.
And did you have background before that, and
No.
that's how you can help?
No.
So how were you able to help for the issue?
Well, ever since I was 5 years old, I used to build a lot of Legos.
Okay.
So it's just by seeing what's wrong with it, I could already fix it.
So you're already in the mentality to be a part of First.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Really good. Yeah. It's really fun. It's a different experience. Even though I've been here for 4 years, it's still a great experience.
So
It
that was
hasn't
your
changed.
freshman year
Yeah.
when you first started.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you compare, in your senior now?
Yes.
Can you compare like how it was then to how it is now?
It was hectic starting off because we were only a few kids, and since we're at the Boys and Girls Club, some kids come in and then some others leave, and they don't come back. So it's a struggle keeping the team together.
Which is why Boys and Girls Club
Yeah.
has trouble keeping teams for
Keeping
long,
them in
long
contact,
period because people come, people go, and it's hard to. This year you may have 15, and next year you have 3,
Yeah.
and that makes it
That
challenging.
has happened before.
Okay.
So it's really challenging, but right now we're doing pretty good. Our youth members have really enjoyed it, have a good experience about it. They have learned a lot too, and it's as fun as being a rock star.
So how has the competition been going so far for you?
Better than last year, 'cause this is our second year doing it.
Okay.
So it's been really good. We have made a lot of friends. We have talked to a lot of team members. We have helped them. They have helped us.
That's great.
It's a good experience being here.
How are you doing on the field?
Pretty good. Yeah, we've been doing better ever since we started.
That's good to hear. How many matches have you guys had today?
About 4 matches.
Okay.
We've been doing good.
And what kind of capabilities is your robot able to do for this game?
We can do everything except climb.
All right, so what kind of things does that do? For people who aren't completely familiar with the game, like myself.
Yeah. Well, for ours, we have to grab a cube and deliver it to intake to get us pointed to the lift. So it's hard to do it, but we have a camera to help us out. If not, then we go to the switch, which we actually just pour in the cube into the scale.
All right.
The smaller scale, actually.
Okay, you said something that intrigued me. Did you say you have a camera to help?
Yes.
You have a camera on the machine?
On the robot, yes.
That's awesome.
And we have 2 monitors on our driver station.
Okay.
So one to start it and initiate, the other one, the big one, is to see where we're driving.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Well, not driving straight, but only pointing downward, so I can line up where the intake is.
And you're a driver as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this your first year doing that camera thing?
No, second year.
Okay, so you had the camera last year too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how's that been working out?
It's been really good. It's been accurate. It's been running smoothly.
It's awesome.
I had wondered, especially for the intake,
Yeah.
because it's very intricate work.
Yeah.
It's not much bigger than the block itself.
No.
So it's very intricate work, and I had kind of been curious how teams were dealing with that. So
Yeah, we have springs to keep the block in check, so it doesn't like roll out or move.
okay,
So the springs actually just move out when we grab the cube.
great.
So going back, that you said this is your senior year.
Yeah.
So has FIRST helped you like with your future goals or any sort of way like that?
Yeah, it's helped me a lot. I've been wanting to do engineering for the longest, and being in FIRST has given me a good experience, and I've learned a lot throughout the years of doing it FIRST and building the robot,
Yeah.
which gave me the mindset that I wanted to be an engineer.
Do you have any idea where you're going to study engineering?
FIT.
FIT.
I'm going to start in Valencia first and then go to FIT, hopefully.
Very cool. And have you applied for scholarships?
Yes, I have.
Good. Very good. And obviously, after you graduate, you're going to
Valencia.
stay involved.
Yes, I'm going to be a mentor. next
Very
year.
good. And maybe help volunteer at some events.
Yeah.
We always need volunteers at events.
My team has actually volunteered for FLL
Awesome.
at Pine Lock. So we were usually actually the DJs, because usually when they have the competition, it's usually boring. So we light it up. We get them glow sticks, we get them stickers.
Wow.
That's awesome.
We put music on for them. We put lights.
I want to go to one of those events.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting you mentioned volunteering at Lego League events. As you said that, I happened to see one of the Lego League coordinators right behind you.
Yeah, it's been really hectic. For the first time we volunteered, it was really loud and crazy, but it's really fun at the end of the day.
It's awesome.
That's good.
I really like keeping the kids engaged, making them
Yeah.
feel like they're all...
Especially when you're dealing with younger kids, where sitting in the stands, like what's happening behind us right now, with high school, they can be engaged in the game, watching other teams and stuff. But when you're dealing with Lego League, you can't necessarily keep them. So giving them other things to do.
They've actually helped us out with the robot as well, surprisingly.
That's
Really?
awesome.
They
In
help
what
us
ways?
design parts and print them out, and they give us ideas too to help out.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I love the idea of engaging the team upwards.
Yeah.
Normally, a team will mentor a younger team, but I love the idea of getting the younger kids involved in thinking about custom parts and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and we've also been in Channel 6 News as well,
Really?
speaking about the team, and not just our FRC or FTC, but also the FLL kids have
That's
spoken
awesome.
too. They talked about what they do, how the coaches are, how fun it is as well. So it's been a good experience, and we also been at Science Friday on NPR.
Yes. I knew that you guys were involved in that, but I had forgotten about that.
Oh,
That's how was that experience?
I was
wasn't-
nervous. We were all nervous
I would
to be
imagine
on live
so.
broadcast. But it went pretty good. It was a different experience. I never thought I would be doing that.
And they, if I remember correctly, they had one of the airships there at the thing, right?
Yeah, they did.
That was cool.
That was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. HQ sent some parts from the field for that year down for the thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a really interesting event that they set up. Well, I'm glad that you were able to be involved in that, because that's one of those things. There's a lot of once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that happen through FIRST.
Yeah, it's been really hectic, but it's been really fun.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, thanks for taking the time to come talk to us
No,
today.
thank you.
And good luck out in the field for the rest of the competition.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
So he happened to mention the NPR thing, which was something that the former regional director Terry Willingham helped set up, which was a really cool thing. NPR came and did a whole show, and they had a whole bunch of the teams. Like I said, HQ sent down one of the airships. Totally postseason. They sent down one of the airships so that they could have it and they could show off one of the robots, and it was them, and I think Edgar Allan Ohms were there, and it was a really cool event that brought a lot of attention to FIRST in a great way. So that's always good to see.
That's awesome.